This is another example of grifting. So it's so funny, the people that you meet. I actually went to kindergarten with this guy, Mickey Dank. He is an author. He wrote, oh my God, I should remember because he sent me a copy of his fucking books. I'm sorry, I don't remember Mickey. I'll look it up and tell people. But anyway, so Mickey's like, I have an Eliza Bleu story because now people beneath the veil. Thank you, thank you. It's like a multi-part series. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. I will. I'll read it, Mickey. Anyway, so here's Mickey's experience with Eliza.
What's going on, everyone? Bit of a sad day. So there'll be no esoteric or decoding videos later. So many of you come to my channel to see the astrotheological cipher that I've discovered that I use to apply to all the Gnostic and biblical texts and
He's
all
just
the
like
ancient holy
explaining the
texts.
kind of
We're
content he
not going to
normally
do that
does.
today. I
Mhm.
don't get into drama, but I feel the need to have to share something with you. So about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I started following someone on Twitter named Eliza Bleu. Now, Eliza, I've watched her account grow from 10,000 to 280,000. What she is she's a survivor of sexual trafficking who basically everything she posts was about sexual trafficking, trying to get people aware of it, trying to get people interested in helping the cause, helping whatever she's doing. She was the number one most fearless person at this on Twitter, and we started developing a friendly rapport. And as everybody knows, I'm a lodge member. I'm a Mason. I've literally gone into this many videos before. And I had many interviews on my channel about it. And it is what it is, If you have an issue with it, you don't have to be on this channel. I've addressed pretty much every issue that could come up about it. But the point is that my lodge was doing something. Every year you get a new head of the lodge. Who basically runs things. Every year they change it. And the one this year, or the one that year, decided that we were going to do sexual trafficking. That was going to be one of our charities that we do, because it's all about brotherhood and charity. If you've never seen KRS-One talk about the Illuminati and Masonry, watch that video, because it explains what it is. It's really not malevolent. It's really not evil. My simple point is that after developing a rapport with Eliza, she said she would come on my channel. She would do it because that's one of my big things. Just talking about sexual trafficking. I always point to the Avicii video, For a Better Day, and show you why he was killed. It's because he showed that. He talked about that. So I'm a big advocate for that. So I'm going to share with you some stuff. So we decided that we were going to raise money for her, because she always talks about how she's always so broke, and she doesn't do this for money. She doesn't do this for anything. So we thought, okay, our theme is sexual trafficking, and we're going to have her be the recipient. So she wrote us this email. I'm going to read it to you. Dear Lindbergh,
Oh boy.
Lodge number 822. Hello, my name is Eliza. I'm a survivor.
I wonder if I can pause this and zoom it. Was that helpful? God, no, I can't. But this email was written December 19th, 2021. So this is a month. This is the next month after she's actually no, this is just maybe 6 months after the GoFundMe for the Freedom Fest. So 2020, 2021, a lot of grifting going on these 2 years to get started.
And she's really good at keeping the money rolling in. Like she's got to keep it lined up, got to have that constant.
Right. All different sources. So I can't zoom in this email at all. So I'm just going to let Mickey explain it.
Survivor advocate for those affected by human trafficking. I am also a survivor of human trafficking. I am now 40 years old, but I was sex trafficked at age 17. My particular vulnerabilities that made me susceptible to this was the fact that I trusted everyone. I was homeschooled and I thought everyone was a good person. My former abusers groomed me for a long time. Once that initial trauma was there, I carried it with me for many years. Much like with a domestic violence relationship, I developed trauma bonds with my abusers. Leaving wasn't easy and it took a long time. Today I am a free woman. Now I'm a survivor advocate. I serve survivors locally full-time, and my primary focus is on the survivor aftercare, as well as human trafficking, especially child abuse material in the digital space on our social media platforms. In April 2020, I decided to become a public survivor leader as a result of the first rounds of lockdowns. I do interviews, speeches, and tweet relentlessly, like someone's life depends on it, because it does. All of my public survivor advocacy I do for free in my free time.
I thought it
I'd
was
like
her
to thank you
full-time
so much
job.
for that
Wait,
Christmas
pause it
gift.
for a second.
It means a lot to be recognized.
Something
Okay.
super important. When the pandemic started, that's when she decided to come out as a survivor. Why? Because people weren't allowed to work and do music videos in Hollywood anymore.
Oh my God. All of that shut down.
Thank you.
And she said in April of 2020, I decided to become a public survivor leader.
And that March is when the lockdowns happened. March
I
2020.
don't make much money, but
Hold on. Humanity House was March 30th, 2020. That was right when the
lockdown
when the pandemic started.
mid-March. Because I remember the Ides of March, or it was around there.
Right.
March 15th.
So April 2020, she decides to do this full time because she can't twerk in the desert for money anymore.
Yep,
Allegedly.
because they weren't doing any filming. Remember TV,
yes, all of that
movie sets, everything shut down.
But remember, she did need a vacation come June.
Well, I mean, duh. She was having a grift 12 hours a day.
Working 3 months from home during the pandemic is exhausting.
Exactly. Because it probably was, though. I mean, writing emails like this and
my God.
firing them out.
This is it. Faran, this is it. The pandemic hit and she was like, fuck, I can't do my host shit anymore. I have to pivot.
At least when the callers from India call you to scam you and you like go with it, because I love it's like one of my favorite pastimes.
Oh my God.
And you like
Frank
go
loves
with
doing
it.
that too. Yeah.
Yes. And
he gets them to hang up.
There's a channel, and she was one of the first channels I became like YouTube friends with, called Music is a Rainbow, because like it was her mother's friend who was like this little 80-year-old woman who got scammed out of $30,000. So she made a YouTube where she just like not harasses them, but like, where they're like, oh, like the ones where it's like, ma'am, you have a warrant. The cops are going to be coming here, but you can't get out of it if you pay $500. And she's like, oh, I don't have the money. So when are they going to get here? Can I take a shower first? What should I do with my kids? And you hear these Indian people, on the other end, and they start laughing. And then she's like, I know, or her channel's Music is a Rainbow. But her at the end they start laughing and she's like, you're scamming me. And he's like, yeah. Like, at least the Indian scammers will admit it. This chick, she's silent.
Yeah. Where's an Indian scammer when you need him? Okay, so interesting though that like, so April 2020, or even probably March, but she's saying April here. She's like, I'm a public survivor leader now.
But some things are worth more than money. My advocates saved my life for no pay, and I'm trying to pay it forward. Every survivor that I meet is full of potential. They just need the opportunity for freedom. My advocates gave me an opportunity for freedom, and I'm trying to make the best of it because I value it so much.
You know what else was popping up at that time too? That is when QAnon, like not that it started then, but that's when you started seeing all of the child sex trafficking stuff coming out too.
That's when so many people were talking about, there's tunnels,
the all starting to make sense.
Pizza, Pizzagate was years ago,
Oh, yeah,
but there were a lot of people talking about like child sex trafficking at that time.
Yeah, because I remember a friend of mine was like, you don't understand, there's tunnels under the White House and they're bringing out 4,000 kids. And I was like, I'm looking at the White House right now, like
tunnels under New York City. There's tunnels everywhere. And it became very trendy during the pandemic to talk about this stuff.
So it's
Done.
it's all starting to make sense.
Let me just find the other half of it.
There's not a lot of freeness going on in this free time that I've noticed. It seems like a lot of people. She needs a lot of people's money for this free time.
Yeah. Freedom isn't free.
No, I guess not.
Please think about joining in the fight and getting involved with serving at a local organization. Please educate yourself about the crime and then your children and grandchildren, because strong families and healthy communities stop trafficking before it starts. Thank you again. My grandfather was a Freemason, and he was an amazing man. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Best.
I doubt
Eliza
that
Bleu.
last line. I doubt that last line.
What about Merry Christmas?
No, well, that and and that her grandfather's a Freemason. That's like one of the things that people do. You know,
You can
like
just say, "Oh, my dad is whatever
connection.
the thing that you're doing." Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's the head of the Illuminati too. Like, love you guys, love your work.
That's the letter she sent to her lodge.
Oh, my grandfather hated sleeves too.
Yeah, exactly.
Raised $900 for her. If you notice the date on it, it was December
That's a lowball number for
21st.
her.
December 21st, 2021.
2021. Okay. Here's the receipt that I sent her.
Oh wow.
Now, everything was going
Oh, and that's no
just
tax,
fine.
right? No tax.
Literally.
No tax on it too.
PayPal. You sent $900 to. She went by Eliza Knows at this time. This was before Eliza Bleu. She was still Eliza Knows, December 21st, 2021.
Now,
Or
in her
maybe
defense for that, my
she didn't
PayPal,
update her
I can't
PayPal.
change my last name, so my last name is on my PayPal. It's not Fair and
Okay.
Balanced.
Okay.
I will give her that, but clearly though, she signed up as Eliza Knows at that time.
Right. This was her World Star Hip Hop alias, Eliza Knows.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And if you guys
When
don't
she was an
remember,
artist.
if you guys don't remember that song. Okay.
I think I should like have my clothes half off or something when I hear that beat.
From Micah, Dank, Massapequa Lodge, 822. Next year, our charity theme will be human sex trafficking because of your letter. I hope this makes life a little easier for you, Eliza. Wow, I think with all that money, she could do a self-care vacation. Okay, let's go back to this video. Okay.
Still 900 is a little cheap, guys. She's really going for the 2200 range.
But this is to like speak in at an event, it sounds like.
Just fine. Literally just fine. Then Elon Musk bought Twitter. Elon Musk bought Twitter, and Eliza kept peppering him with messages to make human trafficking the #1 issue on the platform, to take down information, because she would advocate for people whose information was on the webs. It was on Twitter. Lots of child porn on Twitter, believe it or not. For people who aren't on Twitter, this might be a shock to you. Elon Musk eventually took notice of her and decided to make it the #1 priority. So they developed a rapport. Okay, so her platform grew and it grew and it grew. Now, I'm not going to get into the backstory of what happened that caused all this to flood out. But I will tell you this, is that there is a girl who I've known since kindergarten named Chrissie Mayr, who's been doing interviews on this. You check her YouTube channel out.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Mickey.
She will, she has the information on there. She has interviews. What happened was this girl, Brittany Venti, who was an influencer on Twitter, found a picture of Eliza.
Okay. I think he sort of reiterates
compromised position.
Compromised.
He talks about what we've already lived through.
Yeah. And she posted it to Eliza. And she said, hey, can you explain this? Can you discuss this? How does this have anything to do with trafficking? Very, very mild post. Eliza had her banned. Streisand fact is. I'm not going to go too deep into it because, Chrissie really goes into it, and she's still on Twitter. Whatever Twitter does is based on Twitter terms.
Yes. And then he has interactions with Amanda Jean. I knew I wanted to keep this going for a reason. Okay, let me go back to regular speed. Because he has had interactions with this Amanda Jean.
And when I asked her about this today, she said, Brittany is still on Twitter. Whatever Twitter does is based on Twitter terms of services and the law. So what Brittany did was she posted a picture of a public video a public video that Eliza did 6 years ago. Now, the psychopathology of survivors is an interesting thing, because usually one of two things happen. Number one is you just don't trust anyone, and it cuts you off. You can't have any meaningful relationships, sexual or anything. But the other thing that can happen is that you continue to relive your trauma by making similar decisions that get you into similar, if not the same, circumstances, because you begin to define yourself by that trauma. In the same way that the Rockefeller government right now is getting everybody to define themselves in gender. It's the same thing. They put their whole persona and personality into it when that's not who it is. So I said it was a public video screenshot. How does that violate terms of services? Please help me understand this. She said you can call NCOSC law to get a legal explanation, or you can
The
read the letters
law.
yourself. I am not Twitter. Eliza is not Twitter. They are abuseful, hateful, nasty, and irrelevant people. I honestly hope that they get all the karma they bring.
I like when they call it karma as if they're not like actively fucking with these people. Like, oh, I guess it's just karma. Report.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. And I asked her again about it. She said she has addressed it many times. She even did an hour-long spaces with the safe houses and advocates she was helped by. It did not go away. There was nothing to explain. She never hid her past. She never lied about it.
Yeah,
Having
she
done a
did.
music video years ago or any of her other history is fully irrelevant. It's gross and weird that people are more worried about her past than the work she's been doing for years. Nothing would appease people like that. Their whole purpose is to tear down others. She will continue to focus on her work and serving survivors. She is speaking at a symposium tomorrow and attending an awards event for her work later.
Okay, pause it,
Totally
because
fine and good.
I listened to the entire symposium. Okay, she spoke for 10 minutes, and the biggest line that she said was, "While I wasn't in physical chains, I was chained in my mind."
Oh wow,
Okay,
those are the mind chains are the worst kind.
my eyes are still rolled back from that
You
comment.
can't see them.
Right. But then two, here's the bottom line that I think everybody needs to understand, okay? This is why people care about her past, is because you're seeing, if she had done that music video and just came out and was like, yeah, it was a troubling time, the internet, while it can be harsh, can also be very forgiving and be like, hey
Yeah.
girl, we get it, everybody's got their shit. The problem is that A, she's not addressing it, and B, the fact that now you start looking at all these other different videos, you start seeing, you're seeing all of this other stuff come out, how the timelines aren't adding up, different sound bites, how just things that are not normal and off from other people that are advocates or even survivors themselves. And that's what the problem is. And then the fact that when you're trying to shut it down, like Streisand effect, people aren't kind of thinking, oh, she's doing this because she's embarrassed by it. They're thinking, oh no,
Right.
she's doing this because she doesn't want the truth to get out.
She's acting like she's in like chaos mode. Like the house is burning down and she's just gotta like just grab what you can and get out,
And
like,
that and that's the thing is she'll get exposed.
I'm gonna play the rest of Mickey's video here.
And I'll look for that.
Okay. Except for the fact that
Blocked, surprisingly.
we raised money for her.
Yeah.
And she said she would come on the channel, and she said that she would help spread advocacy, because what I want to do is I've been trying to get a survivor to come on the channel and speak about it. And she'd been blowing me off for about a year and a half. Then all this stuff comes out just to share. For example, this is the kind of stuff that was coming out. Okay. Now, if you're a survivor, is this the kind of thing that you really want to do? Is this the kind of thing that you think is a good idea? Some people get empowered by it. That's fine. But when you find these on the internet and you post them and you get Twitter to ban, see, that's the problem. That's where it happened, is that Brittany posted a public shot of a video and Eliza got it kicked off Twitter. She doesn't go on people's channels. And to be honest with you, it's looking kind of shady. So that is my input into this. If you guys want to look into it further, go into Chrissie Mayr's.
All right. And then he just talks about how great I am.
And really quick, I got to do this too. So potentially criminal is in the chat, and he said, "Start pushing my hashtag," which is at first I had to like look at it. Hashtag Eliza Bleu Elon, but spelled BLEU, the way like her last name, Eliza Bleu Elon. Because a lot of people are starting to think that.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Love you, get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.